Good morning, everybody. It's Chris from Serene Education with your 4 majors in this update for the 26th of September 2013. Morning, guys. Hope you had a great day trading yesterday. Just going to be looking at the 4 majors this morning. I'm just going to look at the intraday time frames from 4 hour downwards. You can see quite clearly here on the euro. We'll start with the euro against US dollar on the 4 hour, and you can quite clearly see that over a period of since the 19th of September, price has pretty much not been able to move any higher. FOMC statement meetings saw this massive move to the upside, getting us above the monthly fib retracement level here at the 50%. So great. As long as it trades above the monthly fib level, then it's still looking very much positive. You can quite clearly see that my candles are all blue. We had a small period over here where the price, the candle price actually went red, and we were trading underneath the monthly fib, and we had indecision candles. We wanted to see a decisive candle, so I was waiting patiently for this bearish engulfing candle to form if it was genuinely negative. And what happened was we came up with a 4 hour candle, and it took away this consolidation at the underside and moved back up above the 50%. So still positive nonetheless, because we had red arrow, red candles. The RMO was below, but the MACD line over here was very much red. If this was to be genuine negative, we wanted to see a bright red indicator, and that would have given us some genuine sentiment that we were looking further to the downside, back towards these FOMC statement lows. However, that failed to materialize, and price was also testing the intermediate trend, and subsequently we saw a lot of buying power coming through, and we are now trading higher. So back into blue, arrows come out blue now, which is great. We have slight consolidation over the past 12 hours, but still making higher swings, which is what we want to see in a positive move. My indicator box, pretty much my RMO and my moving average, initial moving average down the bottom here, are very much looking positive long term. You can see the long term sentiment on here is still very looking positive. Monthly, weekly, daily, the 4 hour in particular. The 30-minute, the hourly is looking a bit negative. We've had a lot of consolidation, however, as we head into these higher highs here. Ideally, if you look at where price is trading right now to the current high, there's only 29 pips. So there's a lot of risk attached to this particular pair, and it's far better to wait for a definite close above the current high over here that we saw on the 19th of September. Get above that, we can trade cleaner air, and then I can start targeting my weekly to the upside, which is a healthy 150 pips away, but ultimately back up to my monthly fib, which is 258 pips in total away. So be patient on this particular pair. Ideally, you'd like to see higher highs, get above this current high that we've seen over here at 1355, and then I can trade cleaner air to the upside. Moving on to sterling. Here again, FOMC statement news announcement here clearly showing on the chart. However, as we headed into the weekly highs, price started to fail. We didn't see any further highs after the FOMC statement meeting. In fact, we actually saw lower lows, and in doing so, price moved back to take away pretty much whatever it made on the FOMC statement news. So sterling moving back and taking away everything, and subsequently finding support at that resistance breakout that we saw on the news of the FOMC statement. However, as long as it maintained above this level and the candlesticks and everything stayed the same, there was more likely for price to still be positive, because it's just a consolidation and an uptrend. And subsequently, that's what we've seen. We saw intermediate swing lows on our shorter term time frames. Price failed to actually break above the prior swing on this consolidated bounce here. A lot of indecision candles, and price then looked to trade lower, and it did. Went straight back into the prior resistance level and actually used the 50 period moving averages in our support. RMO was moving back, and the MACD was clearly moving back. However, price reattempting the lows, but you can see the MACD was getting smaller, so we saw a bit of convergence on the pair, and subsequently the longer she failed to break this consolidation support here, the more likely price was going to bounce, and we saw that yesterday moving higher. And now you can quickly see prices trading within a tight consolidated range, but the 4 hour, as we speak at the moment now, is testing those Asian highs, and subsequently, if that's going to be the case, we should be looking for topside now. Intraday, looking for that buying sentiment to come through. Look to see if there's any news out this morning. Very important for sterling this morning. We have current account figures coming out at 9:30 GMT this morning, and they're expecting a slightly better figure for that particular news announcement. Then we have final GDP quarter-on-quarter figures for sterling, also important. They don't expect any change on that. The previous figure was 0.7%. They're expecting a forecast of 0.7%. If it comes out higher than that, then fantastic. If it comes out lower, then expect a pullback for sterling. However, what we should be doing is looking for buying sentiment for the foreseeable future. Overall, still things looking positive. You can quite clearly see the indicator box over here, very much looking for upside. US dollar Swiss franc, here again, trading within a consolidative range, has been since the 19th of September, since the FOMC statement news outcome. Not really making any lows since. However, the overall sentiment is still one of negativity for this particular pair, so you should be looking for nothing more than shorting opportunities. The last 20 hours in particular, price has been consolidating at the lows over here on the 4-hour time frame. We want to see a nice bearish engulfing candle close lower, which would then form a swing low in the direction of the overall trend. You can quite clearly see my intraday trend very much to the downside, swing low, swing low, swing low, swing low, swing low, swing low, and you can see the institutions above price, my RMO and my moving average here pretty much complementing each other. The only thing we don't have in our favor now is the R squared. We want that R squared to become blue, and when it's blue and this is all negative and it's telling us it's genuine selling sentiment. There's one or two that's telling us genuine, but we want to see that 5, 15 and 30 minutes starting to complement this negativity, and that will come when we have that bearish engulfing candle close lower. So be patient here, look for a nice juicy close on our 4-hour below the 90.86 and change, and then we could start targeting the downside back towards our weekly and monthly fib, which is a healthy 230 odd pips and change away, guys. So be patient here and you shall be rewarded. Price is trading with a consolidative range. I have this is boxed. I am not trading this at the moment. I'm trying to get a genuine breakout with sentiment. Had one over here, but you can quite clearly see the MACD was still very much above the 0 line. Here we're still trading below 0, which is positive, and now we're getting below this level here. So we just need a bearish engulfing candle to confirm that on the 4-hour, and then we start looking to enter, stop, and then our target is that 230 mark that I mentioned earlier. Last pair of the day, the US dollar, Japanese yen, the 4-hour. Last night we had a nice healthy bounce yet again on this intermediate trend line, which is, funny enough, the institution moving average on the daily. So as long as the US dollar is finding support above this level, then we should still looking for upside. It is very consolidative. I'm not trading this particular pair because it is trading within a wedge. I'd like to see a definite break below that wedge or higher than this wedge. I want to see something trading above the 50% monthly here in particular, because I can trade a lot cleaner air. And I also wanted to see things trading below this consolidated, this intermediate uptrend, and I could target my week to the downside. At the moment now we have a nice bullish engulfing candle. We have a 4-hour, so there might be an opportunity to trade higher at the moment, because we have seen each time she's traded above or bounced off the institution on our daily, she's always targeted the upside. So here again we could look upside intermediate to this trend line support over here as our first target. So if you are going to do it, be very aggressive with your entries, very aggressive with your targets, and very aggressive with your stops. Okay, if this price is going with this trading within a consolidative range, you don't want to be caught into any trades with a lot of speculation behind it. So in my case, I'm not trading this because it's far too volatile. Want to see a close above 99 and 78 and change, and then I can trade a lot cleaner. Get below this trend line over here, in particular this current low here at 70, the 97.90. Then I can target the weekly level to the downside. That's it, guys. Short and sweet. Please, if you are using this particular template, back it up with sound money management rules and keep it as simple as possible, guys. Very, very simple. Look at major support and resistance levels on your monthly and your weeklies. Plot those on your daily and your intraday, and then look at them as target levels for your intermediate, your intraday trading. Looking at any news out today, we have a lot of news out for sterling. However, we have a lot more news out for the US dollar this afternoon. We have unemployment claims, which is very, very important. They're expecting a slightly higher figure than the previous figure. Then we have final GDP quarter-on-quarter figures for the US market, which is also important. They're expecting a more positive outcome for that. Then we have pending home sales figures month-on-month. Very, very important, guys. That looks like we're seeing a bit of positiveness on that particular one. Previous figure was negative 1.3%. They're expecting a forecast of 0.9. So getting back to those positive zero figures. And then we have the FOMC member Stein speaking much later at 3:10 this afternoon GMT. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave you with that. Have a fantastic trading day, and I'll catch you guys first thing tomorrow morning. Until then, you guys trade serenely.